Minecraft 1.20.1 just dropped, and in this video we're going to show you exactly how to make your very own Minecraft server. Now first things first, it is worth noting this isn't a 24-hour server. It's only up and running when your computer's up and running. And as that implies, it's using your own computer hardware as well, meaning that you need a higher end, decent computer in order to run this server. On top of that, it's meant to be private. It's meant to be just for your friends, your family, people that you trust, because it's hosted on your own internet connection, meaning anyone who gets the IP address of this server that we're making in this video can hit you offline, DDoS you, and even figure out where you live down to your latitude and longitude coordinates. That's why it's so important to keep this private. And last but not least, you will need a good internet connection as well, because like I said, it's hosted on your own network. So not only do you have to worry about securing your network and doing all that stuff, you also have to worry about having a good enough internet connection to run the server. But what if you want to make things super simple? Well, luckily that's where our company SimpleGameHosting comes in. At SimpleGameHosting, you can have a 24-hour server. It can be public or private. That choice is up to you. You don't have to worry about your computer's hardware because you're using the hardware that we have, which is high quality, super fast, and designed really to run Minecraft servers. And we have one-click installation of mod packs, easy to set up mods, plugins, or if you just want a vanilla server with no mods or plugins, you can run that quickly and easily as well. It's actually so easy that you can check out SimpleGameHosting at the first link in the description down below, the breakdown.xyz/simple to start your server. Like I said, one-click installation of mod packs, easy to install plugins, easy to install mods, and if you do want to get a vanilla server, easy to do that as well. You just literally select it when you're getting your server set up during the purchase process. There are locations in the US and Europe with more on the way. And if you want live chat support, you've got an issue, you need some help, we are there to help you out via live chat. We've also got a world-class knowledge base that is set up and designed to help you manage your server the easy and simple way. So if you don't want to have to worry about this nearly 20-minute video and port forwarding and all of that stuff, all you really want to do is set up your server, maybe add some mods, or maybe just get an IP address and join it like you would any other server, such as Hypixel. Go check out SimpleGameHosting at the first link in the description down below, the breakdown.xyz/simple to get your server up and running. But what if you don't want to use SimpleGameHosting? Well, in that case, let's go ahead and create a server on your own computer. Again, keeping in mind, this is only meant for your friends, family, people you trust. So first things first, we want to go ahead and check out this link. This is the second link in the description down below, and it's actually our in-depth text guide for creating your own Minecraft server. It goes through everything in a text format, which some people do prefer, so we provide that. But if you want to follow along with the video, just click on the green download Minecraft button to be taken to the official server download page for Minecraft. Once you're here, you want to find the Minecraft server.jar right here. This link, just click on that link, and when you click on it, it will download automatically in the bottom left of Minecraft. As you can see, server.jar is now downloading. Now, you may need to keep or save this file depending on your browser, but this is downloaded from minecraft.net, so it's completely safe. No worries right there. If you've downloaded Minecraft before, you've downloaded something from minecraft.net. Now at this point, we can go ahead and minimize our browser, and when we do that, we want to go ahead and create a new folder on our desktop. So right click on your desktop, create a new folder. You can name this whatever you want. I'm going to name it simplegamehosting.com because, well, that's the best place to make a Minecraft server. And then you can go ahead and open this folder up. Now what we want to do is drag and drop the server.jar file we downloaded into this folder. That's going to be most likely found in your downloads folder. So click the Windows icon, type in downloads, and then go to your downloads folder. There it is. So we want to drag this into that new folder we created, SimpleGameHosting, Minecraft server, whatever you called it. And then once this is in here, what we want to do is just double click on this server.jar. That's it. Double click on it. Now, in most cases, it will go ahead and generate some folders and files as it is here, including the eula.txt. But if that didn't work for you, what do you do? Well, you need to download Java 17. Java 17 is required for Minecraft servers, and because of that, we have an in-depth guide on our website that goes over everything. We have troubleshooting. Everything you need to know about getting Java 17 up and running is covered here. Even have a video guide, so whichever format you prefer, we've got you covered. You may also need to run the jar fix, and this is very important for a server and more common when making a server than, for example, installing mods. Running the jar fix is going to take that server.jar and link it back to Java, right? So it's going to link those back together, making sure they work. So get Java 17 first, then run the jar fix, and when you do that, you will be able to double click on that server.jar just like I did. Nevertheless, we have the eula.txt here. Open that up. In here, assuming you agree to the EULA, which we do, go to eula equals false and change that to eula equals true, TRUE, exactly like that. Click File, Save, and that will save the eula text file, and we can close out of it. Now, at this point, all we've got to do to start our server is double click the server.jar. And you may be wondering, well, if it's that easy to start a server, why was all that hype at the beginning? Well, because right now, there's only one person that can join your server, and that is you. The hard part of making a server is not getting to this point. The hard part is allowing your friends to join the server. Once you get to this point here, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you can join, and we're going to test all of that. And to do that, we need to open up Minecraft. So once you see done here on the console, let's go ahead, open up Minecraft, and test this server. Now here we are, Minecraft is open, specifically 1.20.1, and the server is started. Now, in order to join this server, you want to click on multiplayer and then click on direct connection. You can add this server here if you want, but direct connection just makes things easier. Once you're in the direct connection screen, your IP address for this server right now is localhost. Now again, you're the only person that will ever be able to join via that IP, but it will allow you to join in, and you can see we've joined in here on the right hand side. And we can look around and just make sure everything is working correctly, which it seems to be, right? We're on the server, we're moving, we can break blocks, all of that stuff. Now, if you do have issues breaking blocks, it may be because you need to op yourself. So come over here into the console and type op, and then your username. And then when you do that, you'll get this message in game, and that allows you to do things like go into creative and all of that stuff. But with that being said, this server is started. We can join it. However, how do we allow your friends to join it? Well, in order to do that, we're going to need to port forward. So let's go ahead, close out of Minecraft here, and stop the server. To properly stop your server, always type stop in the console, right like so, and hit enter. When you do that, it's going to shut down the console, save all the worlds, and all that stuff. So nevertheless, now the server is started, but we need to allow your friends on it. To do that, you want to go ahead and start off by opening up the command prompt. So click the little Windows icon. It's in the top left of my screen, probably in the bottom left or bottom center of your screen. Type in CMD and then open up the command prompt here. Now in command prompt, we want to type ipconfig, ipconfig exactly like that, and hit enter. Now we have a bunch of numbers and all sorts of stuff here, but luckily we only need 2 things from this list. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Notepad here. The reason being that Notepad is where I'm going to store this information. You could write this down. You could put it in Notepad. You just want to make sure that you have the information for later when we need it. So the first thing we need here is our IPv4. This is going to be found right here under the IPv4 section. So if we come to IPv4, come over, and there it is. That's our IPv4 address. Yours is probably different from mine, and that's okay, but mine is 192.168.1.2. Yours is probably different, that's fine. The second thing we need is the default gateway, which we come down under the IPv4 address a couple, and there it is, default gateway, 192.168.1.1. So let's go ahead and make note of that. Now, if yours isn't just numbers like mine is numbers and all as well as the dots, the points in there. Well, if that's not the case for you, you want to go to the next line, because the next line should have one that is just numbers and points. The first line may be, long, and it may have like numbers and letters and colons in there and all that. That's an IPv6 address. You don't need to worry about anything like that right now. You want the one that's IPv4, which is going to be on the line under it. There shouldn't be anything on the left-hand side. It should just say default gateway and then have an empty blank under it, and then there should be a number. Go with that one. So in my case, though, it's 192.168.1.1. So now that we've got these numbers, we can close out a command prompt. These are all we need. And then what we want to do is open up our browser, right? So we want to go ahead and open up our browser and open up a brand new tab. Then up here at the top, where you would type in simplegamehosting.com, the breakdown.xyz, or where you would type in youtube.com. Right up here at the top, you want to take your default gateway and paste that in there. Then hit enter. And when you do that, some sort of login box is going to appear. Now, for me, it's just kind of popped in here from the top of the screen. For you, it might be a nice little GUI sort of setup where it's an on page and it looks really nice. In other cases, it will literally just be a login box on the page, and that's it. Could be a number of things, but what you want to do here is enter your router's username and password. How do we find that? Well, we have a link in the description here, and note this is different than your Wi-Fi password. This guide goes over everything you need to know, giving you different methods. Method 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start with method 1, that's the easiest, then work all the way down to method 5 to find your router's login information. Most people, by the way, find it by method 3, if not 4. No one wants to call their ISP, I get that, but sometimes it does resort to it. Nevertheless, once you've got your router's username and password, you can come back to your router and log in. So I'm going to do exactly that, and I'll meet you after. So here we are, we have logged into our router. Mine is still loading up, but once you've logged in, you're looking for port forwarding here. Now, every router is different, but we're going to try to make this as simple as possible no matter what router you have. The first way we're doing that is, of course, a link in the description. We like those if you can't tell, but this is a lot of information, so it makes sense to make all of these different resources if you need them. Our guide here on how to port forward your router specifically is this top video. It goes over all the popular routers, Netgear, Linksys, Asus, all of them are covered in this video, Cisco. But even if your specific router isn't featured, I would still recommend watching this because it's most likely going to be similar to one of the routers in here, right? So you can watch through this, pick up the different terms, pick up the potential locations, see what's going on, and then when you go back to your router, you'll be like, this is like another router, a Netgear, a Cisco, yada, yada. You get the idea. It could be one of those, could be any of those, and it could be similar to any of those. We also have a text guide down here that can be helpful, but it is a little more general than this video where we show you specific routers. With that being said, if we go back over here to my router, we're looking for port forwarding. Now, this could be called port forwarding. It could be called port forwarding / port triggering. It could be called apps and gaming. It could be called NAT forwarding, NAT forwarding. It could be called NAT gaming, NAT gaming. Most likely, it's going to be an advanced or administration tab. So for me, it's in advanced, and then it's in advanced again. But for you, it could be in administration. It could also be in security, or it could even be in a setup style tab. It really just depends. Best thing you can do here is click all around your router and just keep clicking and looking for different stuff until you find port forwarding or port forwarding / port triggering. Now again, for me, it is in the advanced tab, and then it is in advanced again, and then it is in port forwarding / port triggering. Now, for me, I have to add a custom service or add a new port forward. You may have to do that as well, and if you do, that's awesome. In some cases, you'll just have a big list of empty boxes. Start with the first one and work your way down as you need more ports in the future. Doesn't matter what kind of setup you have, you're going to have very similar wording for the stuff that you need. So for service name, ID, identification, that's just what this is for. And this is a Minecraft Java port forward, right? So that's what this is for. It's for the Minecraft Java port forward. For the protocol, this is going to be TCP/UDP, UDP/TCP, or both. Literally, it might be the word both. No matter what, though, you want to make sure that both TCP and UDP are selected. If for whatever reason you can't select both of them, you want to go ahead and make sure you do this twice. Do it once for TCP and then once for UDP, leaving everything else the same. In 99% of cases, though, you can select both here, either with this sort of format or with literally just the word both selected in the protocol. For your ports, anything to do with the word port, external port, internal port, first port, second port, inside port, outside port, it doesn't matter. If it has the word port, you want to go ahead and enter in 25565. So we have external port 25565. Internal ports, hey, there's that word again, ports. Nick said every time I see that, I need to enter in 25565, right, like so. Now for internal IP address or your IPv4 address, well, that's going to be the IPv4 address we found earlier, which in my case is 192.168.1.2. Now, in some cases, you may have a big drop-down list of all the different computers connected to your Wi-Fi. That's actually what we have right here. And if that's the case, you just simply want to select the device that you're starting the server on. For example, mine's right down here. I could select it from this list if I wanted to, if I didn't want to enter it manually. So it's just whichever one you have, enter in the IPv4 address or select it from the device drop-down list. Then finally click apply, click save, click confirm, save your port forward. Now for a select few of you, there might have been one more option in your port forward, and that would have been an outside or a public IP address. External could have also been the word used for an IP address. This is going to be your public IP. Luckily, every single person watching this video needs that because that's how your friends are going to join your Minecraft server. So in the description down below, we have this link. And this spits back to you your IP address. So as you can see here, the only digits you can see are 43. We keep the rest of them private. You don't want to give this out to anybody and everybody. That's why SimpleGameHosting is important. If you want to not have to worry about the security of your network and stuff like that, use SimpleGameHosting. It takes care of everything. However, this is the IP address that your friends will use to join. So we want to go ahead and click this to copy it. And then once we do, if you needed it for your port forward, that external or outside IP, paste that in, then save. But if you didn't need that, we can go ahead and minimize our browser. We also want to go ahead and start our server. To do that, just open up the server folder we created and double click on that server.jar. Now we can open up Minecraft and join this server. So here we are, Minecraft is open, and we can do the exact same thing we did earlier, which is go to multiplayer and direct connection. Now this time, we're going to paste in that public IP address. Again, all you can see is 43 because we don't want to give this out to everybody and anybody, and neither should you with your IP address. Click join server and it's going to join right on in. Now, that is unless you don't have the ability to do this. Some people cannot connect to themselves using their public IP because that's what we're doing, right? So your computer is sending a connection out to the network and out to your ISP, and then that connection has to come back to you. Some ISPs do not allow that type of connection. So if you can't join via your public IP, see if your friends can, because you can always join via that local host IP we used earlier, right? So you would use that, your friends would use the public IP. But what if neither you or your friends can join via the public IP? Well, that could be a few things, one of which is an issue with the port forward, so make sure that's fixed. But if that's not the case, It might be that you need to allow Java through Windows Defender. Good news is we have an in-depth guide on this in the description down below that goes over everything you need to know to get Windows Defender set up for Minecraft Java Edition servers. It covers everything, and that's in the description down below. It's helped over 280,000 people. We also have this guide, which is how to fix a broken Minecraft server. It goes through everything on fixing a broken Minecraft server. It has also helped 70,000 people, which is absolutely insane, and we cover everything. Lastly, if your server is experiencing any lag, you may need to add some more RAM to it, and there's a guide in the description on how to do that as well. With that being said, though, that is how you can make a Minecraft server in Minecraft 1.20.1. So if you've got any questions, let us know in the comment section down below, and be sure to check out our company, SimpleGameHosting, at the first link in the description down below, the breakdown.xyz/simple, to create a Minecraft server without the port forwarding and all that complicated stuff. Literally, all you got to do is get an IP address if you want a Minecraft server that's just running vanilla. You can also add mods, you can add plugins, mod packs, all of that is super simple and easy to set up as well. So go check it out at the first link in the description down below, the breakdown.xyz/simple. Thanks for watching. My name is Nick. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.